Hello, welcome everybody. I'm Rafe Lawson, Executive Director of the Profitability Analytics Center of Excellence. And today I'm here with Olesya Lebedenko, who's a passionate fiber artist. We'll find out a little more what that is in a moment. But she's also energetic about helping the people and animals in Ukraine who have been affected so terribly by the war there. She's holding an online charity auction to raise money for 4 Ukrainian charities, and Pace is proud to be a supporter of this event. Welcome, Olesya. Let's start by learning a little bit about you. Tell us a little about yourself.
Thank you so much, Shara. I'm truly honored and happy to be with you today. I came from Ukraine. I started a long time ago, and I'm in arts for 17 years already. So I started in marketing, and then I became fiber artist because it's a true me. It's the only way that I can share my passion about the world, but in a very simple way. So every person could understand and feel who I am with only threads, fabrics, and just my characters there. I'm still writing books. I still contribute with a lot of magazines all over the world. And I just love to share my world with people through designs. The war started in 2014, and since then I was volunteering in my studio. Like most of my classes were for charity, and we collected goodies, and we made special auctions and special events for kids and Christmas presents. Then in 2017, my family and I decided that for growing me as an artist will be better to move. We moved all together, me, my husband, my daughter, and my dog, my Yorkie. So he traveled with us on plane, and he is the only one in the neighborhood who was there in the sky, so he's very popular among dog community.
So yeah, that's interesting. You said you were a fiber artist, and I think most people like myself have no idea what that is. Maybe you could explain a little more about that.
Traditional artists, they're dealing with paints and brushes. The same I'm doing, but I'm doing it with fabrics, threads, batting, designing, and very tiny steps of sketching.
Great. And I understand that quilts are your passion now, and maybe you could tell us a little bit more about how quilts are made.
Quilts are very different from me because I started with their very tiny sizes. My blocks and my characters are 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches squares. So it's 9 by 9 centimeters. And quilts, we created their queen size, their king size. The quilts start with an idea, with a story behind it. The first step is a design. Then, so it's drawing in Illustrator, and my husband, he does all the technical things. So step by step, cutting and counting the fabric. Next thing that you pick up their colors you would like to see your design. Then you order fabrics. Then you cut it into pieces. Then you put it on the design wall. So then the sewing process. So cutting takes sometimes from 1 to 3 days. Next is stitching everything together. And in our quilter's world, it calls the top. So you put every single piece together, and it takes from 3 days to 10 days. Next, what you do, you make a kind of a sandwich, right? So you take the top ready, then you add batting. It's a layer in between to make it soft and warm and cozy, and the backing. So it's a huge one-piece fabric usually. And then you go to an artist who is quilting. So to stitch all layers to keep it together. It depends what artist you are like. It could be custom with all their very, very fancy design, or it could be machine quilting when it's just like simple lines or simple computer designs, pattern they call it. And then your quilt is ready. It's just an amazing piece of art with so many energy, so many efforts people put in it. So it's like it's a teamwork to make you feel at home anywhere.
Well, that's great, and sounds like it's incredibly time-consuming
But it's
effort. So let's talk a little bit about the auction that you're running.
fun.
Who now? Who is benefiting from this auction, the proceeds of the auction, and why is it important to have this auction now?
The story behind this is to tell people what is really going on there. Like we all know, but sometimes we don't see small stories, you know, like we see countries, but behind countries there are nations, and behind in every nation we have ordinary people who needs to hear that they are not forgotten. People are thinking of them, and people are ready to support them.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, almost
Right.
on a daily basis, you hear of the uh, atrocities that are being committed against the people of Ukraine and the children that are being killed, and it's just a horrible situation. I think it's just great that you're holding this auction to help them in any way that they can. And so many are displaced, and it's just a tremendous need. And again, uh, kudos to you for holding this auction.
People actually who will get everything we could raise during this auction, they are people on the ground. Those two people, first it's hospital years, it's medicine support, and they're incredible. I know them since 2014, just as the war started actually. Next is Maria and her husband Tim, who are one of the best chefs with ramen I've ever met. And they're from February, they feeding people, they feeding our troops there, and it's absolutely like what they do on the ground. I feel shame that I do so less that I could, and it's like, and two more, those guys are incredible artists. And what Жадан та собаки, це he has a band, rock band, and Serhiy Жадан, he is poet, he is book author, and he is incredible personality himself. Ruslan Gorovy, he is behind the program of searching lost kids and people. And the second thing that he is a great poet as well. He had incredible books with incredible stories, and both of them, one in Kharkiv, the second in Kiev and region, they're helping people who lost totally everything, like really everything. So no house, nothing. Sometimes they lost every single family member. I can't even, I have very good imagination. And like for me, it's two parallel worlds, because right here, I'm secure. And the only thing that I can do is to involve my art to rise and to share the story of everything that's going on.
So maybe you could talk a little bit more about these four quilts, and do they that are up for auction, and perhaps the meaning behind them, and let's talk a little more about those.
Oh, thank you so much for this question, because about those designs, I can talk hours and hours, but I know that we don't have a lot of time. First quilt, and it's really the first design in our Ukrainian collection. It calls Not for Luck. Why not for luck? Because when someone starts something in our tradition, we have like a thread when you put a knot, and it keeps bad spirits away. I was looking at that knot, and I was just looking through Vyshyvanka's designs, and I understood that such knot looks almost the same as a 4 petals flower. That was the beginning of this design. And the story is that it's not for luck, for your house, for yours, to keep you cozy, to keep you, just to keep a good spirit in your house. This is the actually the Not for Luck quilt. Second is one of my favorite, to be honest. It's Blossom of Hope. Blossom of Hope, actually it's a spring design. My grandma used to have very, very beautiful cherry garden, and every spring I was looking like, like how the colors changing. And when we start this design, I told my husband that we need 3 branches. 3 branches because it keeps away everything bad, and it shows that after longest winter, you will have spring. Next one is an acorn love. And have you ever thought about how long it takes for a tiny acorn with like 25 coins, right, to become a tree with their centuries of growing? The colors of this quilt is very bright, and they shows like first petals. It takes 5 years for the acorn to start growing. And the last one is very unique. I'm not sure that I would be able to make one more quilt of such size and of such deep meaning. For the last quilt, I pick up classical Cossacks colors, black and red, because our traditional flag is blue and yellow, and it's like world famous right now. But when it's like in the dark, you will see black and red. And it's something that keeps everything bad far from you. It's just like family cuddling you. This is the quilts that we prepared for the auction.
Well, that's great. And listen to you describe the quilts, they really sound like something very special. And I think a lot of people will be very interested in bidding on them. I'd like to encourage everyone, again, listening to this video, to consider participating in the auction. It's running now through December 16th. You can click on the link below. It's easy and it's a secure process there. So just click on the link, register, and start bidding. And the successful bidders will receive their quilts before December 25th. So it'll be a great holiday present for those who are the successful bidders on this. So again, thank you for talking with me, Olesya, today, and good luck with the auction, and good luck with all your efforts and the charities that you're supporting. They're great causes, and they certainly need all the help we can give them.
Thank you so much. I want to thank everyone. Thank you for standing for my country and for my people. Thank you so much for invitation. I truly appreciate that, and looking forward to every single guest who will attend the auction. Thank you so much.